Then we have these sleep issues, something I really began to notice in the late 90s. Sleep issues. And that we don't understand that you have a circadian rhythm. You have a biological clock that keeps you in rhythm all day long. So you wake up with the sun and you naturally release cortisol so that you can go out and achieve and make money and, you know, uh, service your family. And that cortisol eventually comes down. And by the middle to late afternoon, you're starting to release hormones to get you ready for sleep and repair. But the challenge is we live in a high stressful environment because we don't manage our thoughts, we don't manage our eating, and we definitely don't manage our sleep. So what we're left with is a deficit. If you keep withdrawing money from your account, you're going to be in debt. So now you're waking up with cortisol, but that ain't good enough. So you add more energy by the way of coffee and stimulants. And there's nothing wrong with coffee if it's used properly. But what happens is after 1 or 2 in the afternoon, somebody's getting really tired. And what they do is they feel they have to jack themselves up with more stimulants. So what they're doing is they're artificially providing themselves with energy at a cost. Let's go back to the balanced. When your circadian rhythm is in balance, you are building. You are building up. And that's an anabolic response. You are rejuvenating, restoring, building. You are rising. You are growing. And with that anabolic response, you will have proper restoration at night. So between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is when your body physically repairs. And between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. is when your body's brain is repairing. I say that just in general terms. However, when we are not in rhythm, you are in a catabolic response, which means to break down, to deteriorate. That's disease. So we have this catabolic response. We're not getting our physical repair because we're going to bed way after 10:30, 11, or 12 o'clock. We're waking up at 1, 2, or 3 in the morning and can't get back to sleep. So we take these drugs to help us get that sleep, and it's artificial. Now, there's a time and a place for medicines, but we have abused that privilege and gotten people dependent on them, and or we've screwed up their natural process. What I'm talking about is sleep and the lack thereof.